Farm Museum is located on the traditional lands of the Kwantlen, Chatsey, Matsui, and Semiahmoo peoples, and we respect this land and its original occupants. I have a question for you. How many people here today have been to an unveiling of an anvil? To get inside today, in the back building, we have a blacksmith going with his 3 helpers, and they're handing out souvenir handmade nails for kids and for big kids. And we're also going to have a farrier here. He was going to bring a horse, but I think the owner turned it down, and so he'll be here and working on a few horseshoes. He's
Nancy Holder, President, and the rest of the Board of Directors. We just like to welcome all of you here. You are a very brave lot, so would you all please come and see me and sign up as volunteers. I also want to acknowledge the work that Sid has done. He's our MC today, but he has also been one of the key organizers of acquiring this anvil and the process of all the steps that need to be taken to get to today and organizing today. So please join me in thanking him.
I'd now like to call on Taco Wentopta, Member of Parliament for Langley and Northborough.
You can stand anywhere as long as I'm behind this black box. Good, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out, and congratulations to the BC Farm Museum for a great event. And boy, what a facility this is. It's all run by volunteers. So congratulations. We're very, very proud of you having you here in Langley. This place has become really a fixture in Langley. It's been here for 60 years or so. And just look what it's grown into. I was just talking with the artist, Mr. Lazare. And I say, you know, the study of history isn't just about the study of old things, but it's rather seeing long-term trends and seeing where we fit in that trend. And that's what we're seeing here. So thank you for keeping the memory of the history of Langley, which really is an agricultural history. But you know what? Agriculture continues to be a very, very important part of our economy, of our culture, and what makes Langley such a great place to live. So, yeah, very much to be proud of. Sid, I just wanted to say one thing. You have a lot to be proud of, and you should never apologize for the weather. You're responsible for a lot of things without the weather. So. Anyways, congratulations, and congratulations also to the artist, Mr. Lazare, and Mr. Third, the manufacturer, the fabricator. Boy, what a great piece of artwork this is, and Langley is going to be very proud of this. Thank
Now, to represent the Township of Langley, we have Acting Mayor Michael Pratt. Did you come
Appreciate that. Thank you, Sid, and welcome everybody. It's an absolute honor to be here to represent and bring some greetings on behalf of the Township Council, joined by Councillor Kunst as well. Something like this, it doesn't come about without a lot of hard work and collaboration. So to the Farm Museum, thank you. To the artist, the fabricator, thank you for sharing your art with our community. I have friends and colleagues who they're councillors in Vancouver, they're councillors in Burnaby, and anybody who knows me knows I'm a bit of a competitive guy and a bit of a Langley, tourism Langley booster. So they always tell me, they're asking me, why is Langley so great? And I say, well, you might have a couple of SkyTrain lines, you might have a couple of tall towers, but you don't have the world's largest forged anvil. So Langley is the place to be, and it's because of people like you, it's because of this museum. So thank you for having us, and enjoy the rest of the day, everybody. Appreciate it.
about the artist that we have here visiting us today with his son and partner. And Pascal was born in Calgary and spent his early childhood in South Africa. He has a Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art from Concordia University in Quebec, and he also taught special topics in sculpture there. He has exhibited internationally, including the Museum of Art and Design in New York and in the United Kingdom. Banksy Dismal in Gisland in the UK. So if you wouldn't mind coming forward and saying a few words, Pascal, we'd appreciate it. We have a studio in Squamish and I believe one in New York, so we're lucky to have him.
Thank you everyone for coming, and this anvil, I guess, has had a long history of planning a permanent home, and I couldn't be happier that it's been at the BC Farm Museum. I have worked in Fine Art Museum, the World Museum in Ottawa, and the Anvil Farm Museum in BC, so it's nice to complete the trifecta. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
We also recognize that the anvil was important to the early pioneers, and we thought that it fit nicely into the Farm Museum. Every shop across Canada in the rural areas had a blacksmith, had an anvil, or at least a piece of rail that they would pound. And before welding, that was the way you put pieces of metal together. And we have 4 young blacksmiths in the back building at our forge. We have an original Moyer blacksmith shop that sat at Milner, and we have everything that was in that shop in the one at the back. And so what you see there is pretty authentic. And now we're going to have a little introduction to Rob III. He's generously donating his time here today. I asked him what we would owe him, and he said, you need the money more than I do, and generously donated his time. George III was a young man that got off the train in Vancouver in 1910, and Rob has a good story about his dad, and I'll let him tell it, because he was quite a guy. But his grandfather belonged to the BC Heavy Horse Breeders Association, and so did his son, and so did Rob. So Rob is a third generation, as I say, and I know that from reading a bit about his company, he's passing it on to his son and grandson. So Rob, if you come forward, please.
I didn't know I'd be quite so featured here in say other than to say that, yeah, when Pascal approached me back in 2017 and said, wanted to know if I could build such a product as this giant anvil, I said, yes, absolutely, we would love to be involved, and I don't want any of my competitors to get involved in it, because that's exactly how I started. It was with the blacksmith and with an anvil, and as you said, my grandfather got off the train on Main Street in 1909 and walked across the street to 937 Main, and there was a blacksmith shop there. He said, I'm a journeyman blacksmith from Scotland, I'm looking for a job, and the guy says, you're exactly what I need. So he walked out to the Cobalt Hotel and put a suitcase in the lobby, and he said to the guy, I'm going to need a place to stay for a month until I can find a residence to live in. And he walked back around the corner to 927 Main Street and started working the day he got off the train. bought that company a year later, in September of 1910, for $50. So that was the start of our company, and then when my grandfather, they used to call it Third and Dundas, because he had a partner, he kept the guy on as a partner for a while, and then when my father got involved, my dad said, well, we should incorporate the company, and so he called it George Third and Son. So George Third is my grandfather, and Son is my dad, Bruce Third, and I'm grandson and great-grandson's there as well. So anyways, it's been a long history of blacksmithing. We still have a blacksmith in our shop. We have a couple of anvils and a forge, and we still do that as more of the romantic side of our business and the profit side of our business. We build buildings and bridges and things like that now. But the company's been going strong for 114 years in Vancouver, so we're quite proud of that. So it was when Pascal came back to me after we'd done the installation in Vancouver and said that the anvil was available again. We brought it back to our place, and we've had it there for a few years, but we were going to move from where we are, and so I said, well, let's move it to some place where it can stay more permanently, because it is a bit of a task to move it, as you can imagine. So with my affiliation with the museum over all these years, like I say, my grandfather was involved here, and my father involved with the Heavy Orthopedics Association, etc. We thought this would be a good location for it, and I think a good draw for the city of Langley and the city of Fort Langley to have, hopefully, we get the official designation of the World's Largest Anvil, and it will attract people to the neighborhood and attract them to the museum, and be good for everybody. So, quite happy to be involved, quite happy to make this happen for everybody, and I hope everyone enjoys it in the future. Thank you very much.
Big old boy truck. That weighs 14 pounds. 14,000 pounds. 7 tons. We lost the hammer on the way here. What are you doing? A big hammer for that. Oh, yeah. Door. guy's striking technique.